Hey guys, let's see, bringing you another video. Welcome back to another Challenger Spectate. I'm watching the wrong people. Wait, what's happened here? Wait, there's been a bug. Look what's happened over here. What's happened? Why is all that floating? That's really weird. We're watching Jayce today, by the way, because, again, I played Jayce recently, enjoyed the game that we played, but if you remember, we played Jayce, we got kind of hard counted against an Olaf, and we got camped. So I just wanted to watch another Jayce, just to see if they do anything, because, you know, when I kind of played a lot of Jayce a few years ago, he may have moved on. His item build may be different. There might be a little trick that I don't know. People are constantly learning about League all the time. Players are constantly getting better. So yeah, it's worth having a little look at and see. He's against Garen as well, which, again, even though I don't, you know, people know, I'm not a big fan of Garen. You do have to be careful with something like Garen. If he gets on top of you as Jayce, you are going to struggle. You're quite squishy. Yeah, he can silence you, so you can't batter him away with hammer form straight away. And if you're not careful, you can die quite easily. So we'll see how the Jayce deals with it. Again, yeah, apologies for the bug that's happened over there. Obviously, there's not really anything I can do about it. That is really weird, though. Anyway, Garen was looking at the level 1 bush play to try and get some little health off the Jayce in the early, but obviously Jayce kind of saw that and reacted to it. See you later, Pigeon. First blood down in bot lane. Karma goes down. And it does look by the health bars, they're all still fighting. But it hopefully will go well for red team. And it does. Rakan gets the kill. Some people are saying, so Shmion thinks the Garen is potentially a pro. Obviously there's Maxlaw. I recognize that name. I recognize Niski, or however you pronounce that. I recognize him. So obviously this is high rating EU West Challenger. So you will recognize people here or there. But so far for the Jayce, not bad. Worth mentioning, because why not? When it comes to farming, you know, a lot of people in League of Legends expect, oh, in Challenger, they're the best players, right? Jayce didn't have perfect farm. In the first 2 waves, he had 10 out of 12. So it does show that, like, even in Challenger, like, there are people, like, who probably literally expect perfection when you get up to Challenger. And it's just not realistic. It's never going to happen. Why? Because humans are... It makes mistakes. You know, I've always said never compare pro play to solo queue for various reasons, but one of the other reasons that people don't think about, when you're in ranked in solo queue, whatever, you're at home 9 times out of 10, for me 10 times out of 10, and like there's distractions, you know, the doorbell could go, there's a delivery, you're waiting for food, your phone, there's a text message, your Twitter goes bloop. There's always the potential, your dog walks in the door, anything could happen, and that's solo queue. That's another part that you cannot really compare pro play to solo queue or ranked or anything. There's the distraction nature of it too. So as you can clearly see, the Jayce is just looking to use the range advantage quite heavily. What I am surprised at is the Jayce hasn't warded. I do think, by the way, he did fake a ward earlier. If you notice, the Jayce walked over here and then walked back. He didn't ward. I think that was the fake that I have warded. There's no point to put the jungler top lane. I've warded, but he actually didn't. And then with this challenger level, they'd be like, they'd time that ward and be like, oh, his ward would have been run out by now. Jayce then can use a ward later because he baited them the use of it earlier, and now he's used it. So that's a little smart mind tricks that I do think he did on purpose there. And that's something that you won't really notice, but good to do. Did he just Huzzy Cannon? Potentially he just Huzzy Cannoned and he's in Challenger. Shows that even Challenger players miss cannon, baby. To be fair, Double Lift jokes about it as well. Double Lift misses quite a lot of cannons too. Everybody does, to be honest, I think. And there's the Lee Sin. So now Lee Sin ganks, but because Jayce... That was a bad thingy. But because Jayce held his ward longer, he knew about the gank. And look at this damage return. Big damage return. He actually is going to kill this Lee. With the movement speed of swapping to hammer. Can he get it? He needs the Q. He's got it in 1 second. Oh, the Lee Sin jumps. Perfect timing. And now the Jayce is in trouble. The LeBlanc say, oh, they're very low health. What the hell? Okay, LeBlanc's dead. Jayce is just running the whole map for this Lee Sin. He ward jumps over. Jayce is going to continue. What an absolute mad lad. Jayce is going. He gets that. He needs one auto. He needs it. He gets it. What on earth? Challenger, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell is going on? God damn it. Nessie says there's also a potential distraction of a girlfriend throwing a hairdryer at you. That seems to be quite a bad distraction, Nessie. I wouldn't advise that. But yeah, well played to the Jayce. Obviously, teleports are still bugged. They've not fixed that in about 2.5 years. And he returns to top lane 2-0. Gets his first Dirk. And now has got very, you know, great pressure. He's right now even in farming top lane. But with this little extra, he'll get here. And I think Garen might even go back right now. He's going to be at least probably about a wave or two ago. A wave or two ahead. And I will say, not terrible by the Garen. He is actually keeping up with farm, even though he's been highly pressured by the Jayce. So that's not bad going at all. Garen did TP back to top. And yeah, okay. So tier by Jayce. Tier, by the way, is optional. I still think to this day it's still optional on Jayce. Generally, if you know you have to scale, you get a tier for Muramana. Or if you get an early lead and you feel that you're going to keep that lead, tier is also good. What tier is bad against? If you need to kind of win the early game as Jayce in some matchups, and you buy a tier and you don't kind of snowball or get ahead in lane fate. What the hell was that? Did you see that? This is Challenger. That Garen just flashed out of nowhere to do nothing. What? That was just weird. So now Garen is down flash in a melee versus kind of ranged matchup. By the way, blue team is a little bit overextended. And now Garen without flash goes to hammer form and bingo bango gets the kill. Very clean by the Jayce, but you know, it has to be said, yes, it's clean by the Jayce, but it's also just quite bad by the Garen. What is going on this match? So again, I like to show it. I don't know. I like to show this type of thing because, again, it gets rid of that illusion that Challenger or high rating is perfect and everybody plays amazing. It's just not true. It's what I've said for years, is there's no such thing as ELO hell. If you're in bronze or silver or iron or whatever right now, you're like, I'm only here because of ELO hell. It's just simply not true. Every rating sucks. Like, the moment that you accept that, the moment you'll probably weirdly start climbing because you'll... And I know it's something that even I need to work at. Every player needs to work at. The moment that you accept your teammates probably suck, you probably accept that the enemies probably suck, and you kind of just suck it up and just try to play better yourself, it will help your climb. Like, it really will. Like, I'll say, I'm recording this at the end of a play session today. You guys will know this video will be kind of intertwined within the content right now. I'm in Diamond 2 right now on EU West. You know, Diamond 2, I'm in the top, I think, 0.6 or something % of the game. We had some really bad players today. And, like, not just people that are like, oh, they're having a bad game. Genuinely, like, mind-blowingly, oh my god, bad play. Like that Garen. Like, this is Challenger, and he's proxying for no reason and just gives a free kill. That's solo queue. Don't expect crazy good play in solo queue. So many people have always said to me, is like, do people expect too much from their teammates? Yes. In every rating. 100%. In every single rating. From Iron to Diamond to Challenger, people expect too much. It's solo queue. It's just casual. It's casual ranked play, if that makes sense. I think the epitome of like where you should be tryharding in League, honestly, is Clash. Clash is like the be and end all for like us people that who just play at home who aren't pros. Yeah, that's Clash mode. But yeah. All right, so there's a lot of pings happening on the map. So Jayce could be getting ganked maybe soon. So he has to be a bit careful. He's not immune right now. He can definitely die if like Lee Sin and Garen get on top of him at the right time. But he's probably just going to keep this range, stay mainly in cannon form. If Garen comes a bit close, use the gate, and then actually does a nice re-engage. Has got the batter away that he's going to save the bat away for the last thing because it has a bit of increased range over an auto attack. So you can use that last. Maximize your damage, get the auto attacks off, then use the bat away after. So Garen is clearing a ward. Jayce actually lets him do it. Partially, I'll say the Jayce probably let that happen because you'd never think that Garen would have the confidence to do that unless probably Lee Sin was around. And I don't think Lee Sin was around, it's just the Garen just did it anyway. But yeah. Alright, gold by Jayce, 1600. It's got 4,800 overall. He is literally 2,000 gold ahead of the Garen at 10 minutes. The gold lead at the moment is like, you know, 4,000 gold. So half of it is just Jayce. Alright. Lee Sin around mid lane. Big fight potentially breaking out there. Lee Sin did kick Diana. Lee Sin's in trouble, but so is Diana. Nice stun by Aurelia. Played it quite nicely. Misses a W and then ends up dead. Nice play by Niski, to be honest. Garen is now here, though. Again, if he's had a terrible lane phase, which he has, that's, you know, he's going to roam because he can, like, again, if he didn't roam there, he wouldn't have just got himself a bunch of gold. So he can't really do anything to this Jayce. So that's where that Garen is looking to roam occasionally. Basically, opportunist roaming. He's not looking to roam all the time. Is just, oh, my team is having a fight in mid. This could be something if I just get there at the right time. Ooh, I got myself a shutdown or whatever. But yeah, not bad. So Jayce is looking to hammer the first tower, because why not? This is the part of Jayce that is partially a lane bully. He doesn't scale amazing. I will say he probably scales better he probably scales better now than he did when I played him. Because like grudge and stuff like that is absolutely fantastic. That didn't exist when I played a lot of Jayce. So that's a really good item. But you are still a lot of the time on Jayce against the average melee champion of top lane. You are looking to lane bully. You are looking to hammer down Flash by Garen. You are looking to hammer down the tower and get first tower. And what I would say the negative that this Garen has been through, and it's, you know, very true in a lot of situations, this lane could have been completely different if Lee Sin paid attention to top lane. Like, genuinely, if Lee Sin came top a lot in the early game, the Jayce wouldn't have had a free early. Obviously, he did go top lane, and that's what, you know, happened of Jayce getting the LeBlanc randomly, which was a bit weird, then killing the Lee Sin eventually by that crazy big roam. So he did go top lane a bit, and it does seem that, like, that one play has completely made Lee Sin go, I'm never going top lane again, which that does happen. Garen teleporting to bot lane, by the way. Probably a little bit of a not good TP. He's saving the tower. I don't think the tower was dead in that play. And now he's bot lane. You know, is that really where he wants to be? Taking a bunch of free damage randomly. Enemy team is invading. They are looking to try and go on the aggro. That was a messy. Oh, that was even more messy. Oh, the bog. Oh my god, what is going on? Lee Sin dead. Like, what I would say, oh, good prediction. He does get the Jhin. Enemy team, there is that kind of, blue team has that kind of sense of desperation in the air. They are playing very desperate. And I will say, is it surprising? No. Why? They have Lee Sin and LeBlanc. Those champions do not scale very well. So Jayce is actually teleporting, uses the Q over the wall to get over to the right area. Doesn't even get an assist. So again, arguably not a great TP. But is now going to follow the Rakan over to mid lane and protect that tower. This is a bit of a crazy game. So both top laners just used teleports when they didn't really need to. I do think that the Jayce TP made the enemy team probably panic and just run away, which you could argue that's a good thing. But yeah, a bit of a crazy game. Bit of a crazy game. So Eclipse, by the way, finished by Jayce. I would expect the next item to probably be the Muramana complete. He's going to look for the Jinx if she walks into the jungle. She has. He misses the opening, which is quite bad. She has got flash available. She does flash, but the Jayce goes, hello, I have flash too. And that will be a rampage for the Jayce. So he could have probably got that kill without using flash if he hit the initial EQ or QE. He does then snipe the Karma. The old classic... not kill steal for Jayce, a kill assist that so happened to give him the kill. And now he's going to return to top lane. So 5-0 Jayce. The funny thing is, eventually, I do feel he'd have to probably be a bit careful. He'd have to be a bit careful when it comes to this Garen, because Garen, when he gets to a certain amount of tankiness and damage, if you can't get away from him, you are going to be in trouble. I think he's chasing the Garen. I have no idea. Nope, never mind. Dragon is being done. You can see all of the enemy team right now on the mini-map. So 2 down there, 3 in mid, but none of them get to the dragon in time. So that's actually going to even up the dragon number, and it's an ocean map. Ocean map, obviously, do not underestimate it, is one of the best dragons in the game for the Dragon Soul. The regen it provides you, everybody's basically getting, well, Garen passive or a mini Warmogs. That is incredibly powerful. If you have a fight, and one team's got Ocean Soul and one team doesn't, and you know both teams just survive, the Ocean Soul gives your team such a big advantage of resetting 10-15 seconds later. Oh, we don't have to go back, we can continue the pressure. It's crazy. So there you go. Yeah, Mirror Mana complete by, or Mana Immune by Jayce. Hasn't got Mirror Mana yet because it does take time to upgrade. Garen does get the Aurelia in a 1v1, by the way, and very close. He nearly goes down. Enemy team still playing incredibly aggressive. Jayce is here now, though. Enemy team is probably going to be a bit scared of him. He was a bit indecisive. Will he manage to get the kill? I don't think this is going to kill Karma, even if it hits. Nearly does, though. And now Karma is running the best she can. I don't think well, she's not going to get away because, hello, bonk, Diana. So, enemy team still playing very aggressive. That might surprise some people. Like, dude, they are so far behind. Why are they invading the jungle? Why are they? Because they have to. As I mentioned earlier, they've got a Lee Sin and LeBlanc, 2 champions that kind of fall off compared to others. You have to apply the pressure, continue it, because if you don't, you're just conceding the game at that point. LeBlanc does get the Jhin, though, which is good. And she's running away because, obviously, Diana is about, and that's a very, very fed Diana. She has also opted for Medjai's, which is very confident in Challenger. But yeah. Rift Herald up. I don't really see... again, unless they get a pick, I don't really see there's going to be much contesting here, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they feel they have to. I'm not sure. Jayce is just feeling a little bit like, there might be someone there, and there was. Rakan getting engaged on, doesn't die. Aurelia dies again. It's a 1-5 Aurelia. She's actually having a pretty terrible game. And now that together they need to work as a team. Jayce re-engaging, big damage there. Lee Sin going in, instantly gets Rakan. Garen doing a bit of DPS, but not enough. And now they're just falling apart. Double kill for Jayce. The LeBlanc going aggro. Jayce misses the EQ. But then she reverses back, gets 1 kill. Jayce not quite got the kill on LeBlanc. Now the outnumbering's happened the other direction. Jayce hopefully can get there in time. Misses the big EQ. Does end up getting the kill after LeBlanc gets one on the Jhin. I just don't think he expected LeBlanc to be there. And that is now going to end the fight. Jayce being 8-0-2. A bit messy, and I will still say this Jayce does feel somewhat, I would say, indecisive. Sometimes just making the decision of I'm going for that person and just doing that is better than sometimes what we're seeing this Jayce do is kind of move about here or there and then not really get anything. Good teleport, though. They were going for the LeBlanc in a 2v1, and the TP just turns it completely around, which is a very nice thing. But yeah, the Aurelia's having a bad game here, 1-5, and she's pretty much having a bad game because I think she's solo a lot. Lee Sin in the area trying to stop the push, doesn't go for it. Has that control to not press Q again, which is, again, impressive for a Lee Sin. LeBlanc going aggro. Nice bat by Jayce. Good flash also to avoid the kick. And then we'll do some nice autos to finish off the Lee Sin. Riv the Rift Herald. Big damage out from this Jayce now. Has to be careful because, again, he's still quite squishy. But yeah, he's doing everything well for a Jayce. Enemy team on the back foot. Good Jhin ultimate over the top. Rift Herald does finally die, so they can't use that again. Jhin is in trouble. Will they do anything about it? Boom. Batter, batter. Oh, no. The Jayce trying to help his team and be nice is what got him killed to the Garen. Big shutdown, I think, for the Garen. The enemy team, though, do get turned on because Diana came from the side. And there we go. So, again, not bad by the Jayce. Completed the Grudge 3rd item, by the way. And that does seem to be typically the build that Jayce does. I remember when I played Jayce, Yumu's was quite popular very early because that gave you the potential early snowball. I don't think you really do that on Jayce anymore, and I do think it's because the nature of the game has somewhat changed compared to when I played Jayce. The nature of the game, obviously, in League now is to try to get to mid to late game as fast as possible, get away from early game because you scale so fast, and Yumu's is an early game item, so you just don't need it anymore. Hassan R, thank you so much, dude, for the 11 months tier 1. Nearly at the year club says, hello, I am Groot. Hello, Groot. We are Groot as the Huzzy Games community. And they have surrendered. So there you go. 10-1-5 performance by Jayce. Honestly, just very clean. Good play. Really nice EQs. Good, like somewhat good decisions with teleporting to get a double kill or whatever. But again, the thing is, it's not perfect play either. A little bit indecisive in team fights. Some of the teleports weren't great. So that's the thing that I like to point out. It's a 10-1-5 Jayce. Dude, that's an amazing KD for a challenger game. Yep. He still didn't play perfectly. There still were mistakes. That's solo queue. That's challenger. It's just the nature of humans. You're never going to play perfect. You can thrive for it. You can try to do it. But in reality, it's just not really going to happen. But anyway, that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy this game with Jayce, which I will be playing more Jayce again soon, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe. See you guys next time. Goodbye.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal peace.